Hi guys, it's 2 o'clock right now in the night, I guess. I'm done with my day. Uh, what I done in my day? Yeah, I was going through some quantum error correction algorithms, trying to understand them as my current project is on that. One thing I wanted to discuss with you, or maybe suggest you, is that most of the people, the teenagers, the kids, doesn't know how to study. Like recently, I went to my aunt's house, and my cousin, she, she's in I think 11th standard, and I see the way she studies. Or I've seen so many kids at her age group, and a lot of people in my neighborhood as well. How they take studies, right? That was very disheartening, I would say. Not disheartening, like most of the people follow the same way. Point is that they go school, they do their homework, they follow their advice of the teacher. The goal is to get the good marks, pass the exams, go to the next class, do this thing, to get good marks, get the college, and do what on and on, right? And the process they follow is always maintain a notebook, which is a very hard task to do. There should be a rough notebook, there should be a fair notebook, all the notes should be made. Notes are like, what I heard or understand is like summary for your work, right? So that you can summarize by yourself. You read something, then you summarize by yourself, so that in future whenever you want to remind yourself, you go through your notes. But that is not that case right now these days. These kids will jot down everything from one copy to another copy, wasting their time from writing stuff, right? People, even teachers will go there and dictate these notes just to like spend their time in the class, or just to make them safe from principal. Like whenever somebody inquires about her or his class, she could show those notebooks that those are failed and checked and these all things. So the goal was never to teach children's, did I say children's? That's bad. Children, right? The goal is not to teach anything. Goal is to just save your job. Teachers think this way. I've been a teacher, not for a long time, but yeah, I've been a teacher during COVID. Long story. Sometimes I'll tell you that. But the goal is to always save your ass from the principal or from the people who is running the school. Then the secondary goal comes to teach student, right? So what they do, they first make sure that your copies are filled, you have everything jotted down, so that blame doesn't comes to her or him, right? Same way student will follow that. They will have notes, they will write a lot of bullshit in their notebook, right? They will not never try to understand anything, right? All those like rote learning will be there. Passing exam is a goal, understanding concept is never the goal, right? So one alternate choice which I will suggest that you guys should have is be brave, be little brave, be brave to experiment with your life, be brave to take scolding from teachers, be brave to take scolding from your parents, right? Just be brave. Don't follow the normal norms, right? Goal is to understand something when you study something. Goal is to learn, right? So one advice I gave to her, instead of wasting these all times on writing notes and all and maintaining copy and doing this, just directly learn the things which you wanted to learn. There are few chapters in the notebook on the book. Read about. If it is about cyclone, read about it. If it is about history, go deep into. There are so many resources available on online on YouTube, right? One big problem you will have using this method is that your copies will be not good. You will be scolded for that. You will be scolded, you will be complained, your parents might be not happy about it. But the right way is to that you can get those scolding. One benefit you will have by doing this, whenever somebody asks you a question in the class, you will be the first guy to answer those things because you are not following the same method what the other kids were doing. You understood everything, you could answer those questions. You might not have the notebook filled and everything. You might get less marks in the exam. You might not get 90% because you're not following their pattern to get marks, right? You might not get 90. You will just pass above 40 or 50. Even you might have to fail once or twice, that doesn't matter, right? But with this way you will have understanding of each and everything, right? And when you have understanding of this thing, this will like you will become a special student, right? So so people will see, student teachers will see you that okay, this guy doesn't maintain copy, but whenever these hard questions are being asked or something important is asked, he knows the answer, right? So somehow when you become a very special student, right? And when you get this special thing, lot more time good people, good teachers will let let go pass few things for you. They will let go that okay, you don't have to copy, but she'll think okay, or he will think that okay, this guy is do good, he understands the question, he's good with everything, I can slide few this thing, right? But you have to do really work hard, like you have to understand, you have to give more hours initially, right? It's like 80-20 rules. If you want to get 80% done, only you need to require 20% of it, right? So initially you have to, because you are not in this kind of rhythm, you don't understand this kind of method of studying, so initially it will be hard. But as you start learning, right, as you start learning with learning as a goal, not getting marks as a goal, you might fail few tests because you will start very slow, you will go deep, like you will, like it's like let's say you want to learn about photosynthesis, right? You go that, then you don't know what is chlorophyll, then you have to dig down what is chlorophyll, then there will be pigments and etc. So this will deviate from the exactly what you were learning, right? It will go chain into chain and it will go so deep into the subject. Because of that, you might not do good in the next test which is arriving tomorrow, and maybe in the future thing, but you have learned all this thing. So this is a very risky route yeah, but it is very fruitful in the long run. You just need courage to experiment with your education. If you follow this systematic method, I have seen people getting good grades in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, even getting in the colleges, but they didn't end up doing good things. Trust me. Okay, how would you trust me? I haven't told you about myself yet, right? Probably take it as your gut feeling. Probably in future videos you will know about me, more about myself, at what place I'm giving this advice, right? So you have to experiment with your education. You have to find your way of learning. You don't have to learn for marks. It will be risky, you will get scolded, but that is the fun. That is where you will learn, right? You have to take some hard step initially to get the best results in the long run. But if you are coward, if you just wanna save yourself from tomorrow, but you want to suffer in the end, like in a longer run of 4 5 years, then you can continue this same paradigm of studying, right? Studying for marks. Why I am telling you this? I've been that student which where I didn't follow the norms. I didn't had even notebooks when I was in like 6 7 standard. I was being scolded for it. Few teachers really disliked me, right? I was okay with it. I was strong enough to take the scolding. I My parents somehow was lucky that they did knew about it. Somehow skipped that part. But what I did that initially I spent lot of time learning about things in deep. Few initial months, 6 months, 7 months was worse, bad. Everything failed. But in the end, all started making sense. I came up with everything, right? I picked up the pace. I didn't have to revise a lot during exams or something. I used to watch a lot of movies, has a lot of free times because I have studied and understood few things. For me, revision was not even a thing, right? I would not get best of the marks, but those marks which I'll get will I'll receive from just little effort. Just 1 or 2 hours of study I'll do, I'll get very good marks in exams. I don't have to do a lot of like hard work. And that gave me enough opportunity to explore other areas of my life, like going to sports, doing some extracurricular activity, watching movies, and these all things. So life has been fun because of that, and I'm very much content with it. And I've also seen other people who also did very similar to this thing, have achieved very great heights in their career. And I also seen the people who follow this good boy method, right? Good girl method, completing everything, always making your parents happy, always making your teachers happy. You will end up sad late when you start doing that. So be courageous, start experimenting, right? Don't live a life of show off or fakeness. If you're weak in something, tell everybody that I'm weak in something. Tell your methods how gonna improve it. Just don't be scared. Just don't be scared. I don't know why I am even giving this advice. Just that I just wanted to say this to my cousin, but she is very like she's too small, like not too small, just if I say this might these things might find her hard and she might hate me. Yeah, you have to be a Batman, right? You have to be Batman, right? You should be strong enough to take all those hits, right? I tried to tell her. I don't know if she understood about this thing, but there will be some smart kids. I know she's also smart, but yeah, you might be also a smart kid. You might understand from this, and because of this, if you can change your learning, that will be a really good thing for you and for me as well. That my advice could help anybody. It's my first video saying something, speaking something about it. I don't know how well you have received my message, but I hope all the best to you, whoever watching this. And just don't be scared. Just take some risk. Be brave. You will get your fruits in the end. Good. Bye.